Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining in again. We're doing some readings during the 3 or now the 9 days on the Soul of Jerusalem, compiled by Rabbi Shlomo Katz, the teachings of Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach. According to Kabbalah, this is page 26. No, sorry, I'm on page 27. In the Holy Temple, the most important part was the singing of the holy tribe, the Levites. According to our tradition, there were 50,000 instruments and 100,000 voices. They would alternate every few minutes, day and night. They would sing and play for the only one. Every note and every melody was the deepest prayer in the world. Those songs and prayers reached so deep, they reached into the deepest depths of every human being. You cannot hear those melodies and those prayers without returning to the only one. Sadly enough, since the destruction of the Holy Temple, we do not sing these songs. Eich nashir et shir Hashem al admat nechar. That's from Tehillim 137:4. How could we sing these holy songs on unholy soil? On the other hand, how can you live without these holy melodies? How can a Jew live for one moment without hearing a song of the holy Levites? Do you hear them late at night in your dreams? Do you hear the Levites? Do you hear the 100,000 voices and the 50,000 instruments? I remember that when I was a little boy, I would always ask my father and my mother, don't you remember one melody from the Holy Temple? But they didn't know any. I asked great rabbis to teach me one melody, but they couldn't. I was desperate, just about to give up. Then one day I met an old chassid from Russia who had spent 10 years in Siberia. This person was ready to live and die for God 1,000,000 times a second. I asked him, don't you know at least one melody from the Beit HaMikdash? The chassid smiled at me. He put his holy hand on my shoulder and said what I had been hoping for so many years to hear. My dear young man, let me tell you, when I was young, I met an old chassid who told me something he heard from other chassidim. According to the Baal Shem Tov, the way we chant the prayers of the high holy days is a little bit, and maybe all of it, from the Holy Temple. Do you know what this means? This means that in a way we can still enter the Holy Temple today. The Levites are still singing. In fact, the Holy Temple is still standing. Let me explain. Everyone thinks that the Holy Temple was destroyed. It's not true. 3 times a day when we pray, it's as if we are in the Holy Temple. The first Holy Temple was built because of Abraham, who was the first one to pray the morning prayer. Sadly enough, it was destroyed. The second Holy Temple was built because of Yitzchak and the afternoon prayer. But sadly enough, it was also destroyed. The third temple will be built because of our Holy Father Yaakov, and it can't be destroyed because our Holy Father Yaakov initiated the evening prayer. Yaakov Avinu opened our hearts even while we were in the lowest, darkest night. You can still hear him saying to every Jew, whoever lived until Mashiach comes, don't give up. God is with you. You are always in Yerushalayim. You are always in the Holy Temple. There is no power in the world that can destroy the Holy Temple. There is no power in the world that can estrange you from God. What's the Holy Temple all about? The temple is God's house. A house means permanence. You know, friends, when I stay in a hotel, my feet are there, my hands are there, and my head is there, but something is missing. My heart is not in the hotel. My soul is not in the hotel. My house is the place in which I am completely there. I can take a trip for 5 years and come back, but it's still my house. The house is the deepest connection I have. When we made the golden calf, the problem was that we obviously were not connected to God that strongly. We stood on Mount Sinai and received the Torah, but the connection was still not so good. The Holy Temple is absolutely the most permanent connection. Why was the Holy Temple, Holy Wall never destroyed? Because we never stopped being connected to it. Even though the other walls were still destroyed, there is something very deep inside of me that never left the Western Wall. The Holy Temple is still standing. The only question is for each of us, Are we ready to enter it? Have a great day. See you soon.